Hello everyone, I'm SP and it's time we break new ground. That's right, welcome to episode 13 of I Love TCAP, my show where I dissect datelines to catch a predator with surgical precision. But hold on to your cookies because this episode is special. We're finally venturing into the world of Hansen versus Predator, and what better way to do that than by exploring my favorite Predator from the Pan reboot. Ladies and gents, brace yourself for Mr. John Dupee. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and maybe, just maybe, check out the playlist for more ILTP hilarity. Now, let's get to it.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? Our daddy taught us not to be ashamed of our dicks, especially since they're such good size and all.
Yeah, I see that. Your daddy gave you good advice.
It gets bigger when I pull on it.
Alright, let's get started. John Dupee.
It's a rainy night in Connecticut, and this 40-year-old guy thinks he is going to cuddle in bed with a 13-year-old girl named Bailey.
Oh.
But in a few minutes, 40-year-old John Dupee will find out that this hookup has no happy ending.
Hold on. I want to look at that picture.
13-year-old girl named Bailey. But in a few minutes, 40-year-old John Dupee will find out...
When do you think he took that picture? I think he had to have been like 25 when he took that picture, because he looks nothing like that nowadays. I mean, he looked terrible back then, but he looks awful now. So yeah, I don't know. When do you think he took that? Let me know in the comments.
That this hookup has no happy ending. Dupee is the latest monster we've caught in our all-new investigative segment, Hansen versus Predator. We're working with the Fairfield...
You know, that's one thing I want to talk about with Hansen versus Predator. He openly called them like monsters and creeps and stuff like that. And I don't know if... I think that's because he's giving the people what they want now, if he really believes they're monsters and creeps and all that. But that's really interesting that, I've noticed in Hansen versus Predator, he's openly calling them names and stuff. And I don't know if that's more sensational. I always thought Hansen versus Predator was super sensational, which is why it's not that I don't like it, it's just I like the old one more.
Connecticut Police and the online predator watchdog group Tetrad Core. They post profiles on apps like Whisper using innocuous pictures of actual underage girls who are protecting their identities. Dupee contacts not one, but two of our decoys. One we'll call Brittany and the other Bailey.
Okay, so here they are talking about the multiple decoys. I'm not sure why they mentioned multiple decoys. Maybe it's to show intent of sex or whatever, or like maybe just to make him look a bit more slimy that he was texting multiple girls at once. But yeah, I never really got the idea. It seemed like that would just make things harder for them to have multiple profiles that guys can contact. I don't know. Because I know in the older show, they messed up a couple times, having like the wrong decoy enter the door, or getting the wrong, what do they call it? Chat logs and stuff like that. So I don't know why they do it that way. I guess that's, again, to show more intent. I don't know.
Hoping to strike up a sexual relationship. This phone call will creep you out.
Hello. Hey. Hey, baby.
Oh, that's the part everybody's waiting for. I feel like most people want to click off now. That's the part everybody was waiting for. That's probably like the biggest. I don't know. John Dupee has a lot going for him as a meme, in my opinion, but they really come at you fast with like the most important meme of all of John Dupee's time on To Catch a Predator.
He appears to be so desperate, he would risk a long prison sentence for a night with a 13-year-old. The text messages he sends are even more disturbing. He calls the youngster Baby.
Yeah.
He likes to be called Boo.
Hey, Boo. I'm all fresh from the shower.
I wish I smell your body, baby. Baby, I think it's gonna be amazing for me and you when our bodies are touching and I'm inside you and we're kissing. OMG.
Online, Dupee uses fake names like John Santoro and Johnny Connecticut. He's a former mail carrier and says he worked as a package handler at UPS. He claims he's 30, but he's actually 40.
He's using pictures of himself when he was like 30 and whatever. But I don't know why. Also, the name talking about using fake names like John Santoro. Okay, that's obviously a fake. That's not so obvious of a fake name than Johnny Connecticut. So that was weird that they reported on that to me.
Bailey from his cell phone.
Hello.
Hey, Boo. Where are you?
I'm outside.
More than a dozen hidden cameras throughout the Sting house capture his every move. Our fence cam captures him going to the
Nope, there he
door
goes.
with a bag of gifts. Our decoy is a 19-year-old theater student who could easily pass for 13. She takes him inside where our kitchen cam records the conversation and my confrontation.
What did you bring?
Presents.
What do you got? Show me.
Before we get to the to the bag of crap he grabbed at a 7-Eleven down the street, just listen to the music. They're really setting the stage here. It's like Halloween themed music. I promise we'll talk about the stuff after this, but just listen to the music.
Chips.
Nice. What kind is it? Thank you.
She asked for
Okay, now let's talk about the bag of crap he got at 7-Eleven. Oh man, Cheetos. I'm imagining a man serenading me with Cheetos. Off come the boxers. But then also like Snapple and just a random bar of chocolate he found. It's so romantic. It was such a dreamboat.
snacks, and he's more than happy to oblige.
Yeah.
A bag of chips, a caramel-covered chocolate bar, and a giant bottle of iced
Sick
tea.
fuck.
It's so nice to finally see you.
I don't know if anybody saw that just then, but Chris was standing right there, so that shot was from a little bit later.
Chips, a caramel-covered chocolate
See,
bar,
Chris.
and a giant bottle of iced tea.
It's so nice to finally see you. This is crazy.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I'm really nervous.
Why?
I don't know, I've never done this. Have you?
Nope.
So what do you want to do?
A hug?
I don't know.
I hug at.
Hey, Boo.
Hey, boo.
You have a seat right around that store right there front, please.
That's another thing I always like to talk about is the zingers when Chris comes out. Hey, boo. They had subtitles. I don't feel like they needed subtitles for that, but like they did. And I feel like that was like at Chris's request there. Hey, do you mind putting in subtitles of my zinger? Because I'm going to say something funny and I want people to catch it.
Oh, right
Chris
there,
is such an
please.
ego.
Right there. Set the phone down, please.
Lovable dude, though.
What is your plan here tonight?
Just hang out, watch football?
Hang out and watch football with whom?
With her.
Who's her?
With Bailey.
And do you know how old Bailey is?
She's 14.
14.
The
She
jump
told
height.
you she's 13. Not that that matters. How old are you?
30.
30.
Dupee is lying. We both know he's really 40.
That's the fourth
And what he
time they
doesn't
said
know
it's
is that I have all the transcripts of his sordid conversations with minors. But I'm curious to see if he'll cop to his intention.
And why would you at 30 think it would be okay to hang out with a 13-year-old girl home alone?
Steelers and Ravens.
I mean,
That's why.
we just hit it off, friends.
You hit it off with a 13-year-old girl.
We were just talking.
Just talking. Well, now you're here. This is more than talk.
I know, we just came to hang out. You know, I brought
What, get a hug?
Get a hug.
and watch football.
Sick fuck.
Watch football. Who's playing tonight?
Get a hug.
Steelers
Oh.
and Ravens.
Ah, damn it. Big mouth. Hold on.
You're here. This is more than talk.
I know, we just came to hang out. You know, I brought
What, get a hug?
and watch football.
Watch football.
Yep.
Who's playing tonight?
Steelers and the Ravens.
Oh, and there's the second. I mean, there's been some good jokes, but there's the second quote from John Dupee that everybody loves: "Steelers and the Ravens." Just, I got whiplash from how fast he answered that the first time I saw this. Oh man, you can see he's starting to sweat already. I'm fucking nervous.
I had no intentions with nothing.
No intentions of...
Nope.
You know, I think that's an underrated line too. No intentions with nothing. nobody ever talks about how that makes no sense logically to have no intentions with nothing. There's a double negative, so he had all intentions.
What do you do at UPS?
I was a package handler.
Package handler. You're not there anymore.
No.
What do you do now?
Nothing.
Besides go online and try to talk to young girls.
Ooh, sick burn.
I don't try to talk to. I mean, I just try to find a girl to talk to and hang out, whatever.
And how many times have you done this with somebody who's 13, 14 years old?
Never.
Never talked to another girl who said she was 13?
Right.
No.
Well, who's Brittany?
This is the part where he really thinks he gets Chris. Like, where he's like playing, he's doing that false, I can't remember what I called it in another video, but it's like he's playing dumb. That's an actual thing, to like play dumb to get the upper hand, and that's what he thinks he's doing. But like Chris already knows everything here.
Who's Brittany?
That was the other girl you were talking to.
See, look at that.
When was this?
Within the last few weeks?
Just look at him sweat.
So you say to Bailey on Whisper that you're 30, how old are you? She says 13. You say, you're not 13 in that pic? Yes, I'll be 14 next month. That's pretty clear. You remember that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do. This does not look very...
That has to be the thumbnail right there. I just love that look. That look of like nervousness on his face. I love it.
good for you, John. The chat, the appearance, the dark chocolate. Did you bring condoms?
Even the dark chocolate.
Not in your pockets?
Nope.
But you see how this looks.
Absolutely. I mean,
why don't you just tell me what you were really up to?
Just to hang out, get to know her, you know?
Get to know her.
Yeah.
And if you were the parent of a 13-year-old girl, would you be comfortable with that?
I mean, it depends how I mean, if I'm a good person, you know, like...
Yeah, but typically good people don't meet strangers online, talk about sex, and then go over to visit, and within 3 minutes ask for a hug.
You know, it's one thing I always like when I see this show? I like the predators that are honest. John Dupee is full of lies and full of it, but I like the predators that are honest, and they're the ones that are like, you know, if this was like somebody coming to meet my son or somebody coming to meet my niece or whatever, I'd try to kill him. Like, I think there was the guy that had the semi who said that. There was other guys who were like obviously saying, no, this isn't okay. Here's John sweating bullets, still trying to make himself look okay. Like, it doesn't look good, and he's still trying.
I mean, all they did was just ask for, you know, a hello hug. That was it.
With a 13-year-old girl. Walked right in the house.
Well, she told me to come in.
Does that make it right? Knowing that she's 13.
Oh, I wouldn't have never just walked in.
Like, and then those are like my least favorite kind of predators are the ones that blame the decoy. She told me to come in. You had every intention on coming in the house in the first place. So like, why are you still trying to sit like here and act like it's her fault for inviting you in? You're not a vampire. You were going to come in the house anyway.
You know, without talking to her, you know, without getting her okay.
Now, you talked about spending the night here tonight.
Well,
yes or no?
It depended, you know, like, if she had to wake up in the morning, you know, like, if I was going to stay here.
Did she have to go to school?
She said she didn't have to go to school today. I mean, tomorrow.
So you could just spend the night and hang out with a 13-year-old girl. That's cool.
Well, I mean, I didn't plan on it.
You talked about it?
I mean,
when he first walked in, he was texting his sister, his poor sister, who passed away in a car accident. He was texting his sister, probably just letting her know, you're like, I made it or whatever. But was he obviously telling her, hey, come back later for me? No, he was not. He made plans to stay the night. So, like, he's still digging.
I was going to leave after the football game.
Unless you spent the night.
No, I didn't plan on spending the night.
Well, you talked about having cannolis, a little dinner.
Yeah.
Sounds like you were going to have a special little night with your 13-year-old date.
I mean, all I was doing was just coming here to watch the game.
You tried to solicit a 13-year-old girl.
I like his accent.
online
Where is he from?
using graphic sexual language. What do you think should happen to you?
Look at that sweat. Okay.
So I'm not like that and a bad guy.
The pickup line John Dupee used to seduce a 13-year-old girl will turn your stomach.
You tell her, I would love to be the first guy to make you blank if you wanted me to, and I wanted to. Feel me inside you, baby. Has that line ever worked for you before?
No.
Then why do you do that now?
There was no...
Well, in his defense, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I guess that's why he keeps trying. So that's one thing we can admire about Dupee is that he is a trier. He keeps trying. Ew, I hate myself now.
I mean...
Well, what am I to make of this?
There was no intentions made by it.
That shows clear intent.
Clear intent.
He obviously flunked Don Juan 101. Remember, this is the same guy who made that creepy phone call.
Oh.
He then tries a different and equally disgusting approach.
Hold on, before we get to that, they really glossed over the two decoys thing. They really did. Just saying.
Bragging about his mad party skills.
And then you talk about that you and a bunch of people snuck into a mansion and partied for days.
Oh.
Where was that?
That part, yeah. The whole bragging about partying thing, which I think is trashy altogether. Yeah, like, bragging is trashy, but then bragging to teenagers is trashy. But then bragging about your partying skills, that you partied when you were like 12.
That was a while ago.
How long ago?
Maybe 8, 9 years ago.
Oh, so it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
How does this look? How does that look? John, you tell
Looks
me,
gross.
how does it look? If you were me, what would you think?
That I honestly made a mistake.
That you made a mistake. Well, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And how would you define that mistake?
Not to talk to girls like online.
Or try to come over and have sex with them?
I wasn't trying to come over and have sex with her.
John, you want me to read it again? What do you mean by that?
Still trying.
Sounds like sex to me.
Oh, there was a cut. They cut out something because he read it again. They cut out to that. Whatever. Noticeable.
I was just playing with her,
Just playing with her.
I'm not playing with her, but, just seemed like where she was, like...
She was 13.
Now, admittedly, that's something I don't like about Hansen versus Predator, because I don't see him do it as often. I don't see Chris Hansen do it as often in the old ones. She's 13. She's 13. She's 13. She's 13. Like, constantly. I know that's the end all, but he used to get more creative with the things he would say back to them. He would ask them a million questions a minute to try to like trip them up. He would what else would he do? He would repeat the things they said back to themselves so they would hear it, different stuff like that. But like now in Hansen versus Predator, it was always she's 13, she's 13, and like, he just kept repeating it. And of course that's the end all, but I want some variety.
I mean, I'd never had sex with her. I mean, I didn't plan on coming here to have sex with her.
Tonight, because I walked in.
And I didn't plan on it.
You didn't plan on it? Come on, you talked about it.
Like, that wasn't my intentions. I talked to her all day today about just coming over, watching the game, and just hanging out.
Salads.
About what?
You talked about salads.
About, like, food and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, while we're watching the game.
This is a whole different kind of food here that you're talking about. So what do you think should happen to you, John? You're in a bit of a fix here.
I don't know if you guys can hear, but my fountain's kind of loud right now.
Well, there's something you need to know, and that is I'm Chris Hansen.
Oh.
And this is an investigation called Hansen versus Predator.
The look on Dupee's face says it all.
Sir, if you want to leave, you should go out that door right there.
He knows what happens next.
Police come over. Any weapons?
He's unarmed and put into the back of an unmarked police car. Our dash cam shows him being hauled off to police headquarters where he's booked.
Look at that shirt. Hold on.
Fingerprint.
That's an ugly shirt. I don't know. He's 40. This came out in 2015. That looks like the shirt is maybe from 2007. So 8 years. He was like 32. So I guess he was okay to wear the shirt 8 years ago before this. Oh, God. Fashion from the late 2000s.
And poses for a mugshot.
That's the part I was waiting on this entire time. It's just that look in his face. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's magical. Yeah, that's right. Get him out of here. Well, here's what he looks like now. Now, of all the predators caught, I would put Dupee at number 5. He's in my top 5, not number 5. I don't know where I put them in top 5. He's just so meme-worthy, though, you know? I do think it's a shame that he was caught on the reboot and not on the original, where they're a little harder on the guys and a little more raw. Now, I've never intended to cover much of HVP because of how different the format is. You know, it's more sensational. There's so much build-up to everything. The interviews last all of 5 minutes, even. So there's a chance I may never cover another HVP catch again. There's also not a lot of lore behind the scenes because it's so fresh, relatively speaking. You don't get any raw tapes, no rubber. So I'm sorry to all the 2, maybe 3 HVP fans out there, but I probably won't cover HVP ever again. I'll maybe think about it while I'm pointing and laughing at Dupee's hairpiece. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.